Get comfortable with English and Comfort Zone. This is your English listening practice podcast to help you learn and improve naturally. I'm your host, Ken. And I'm Ariana, your co-host. We're here to make learning English feel as comfortable as your favorite armchair.
That's right, Oriana. Today, we're diving into one of the most common yet nerve-wracking situations for English learners, ordering at a coffee shop. It's amazing how something as simple as getting your morning coffee can feel overwhelming when you're still building your English confidence.
Absolutely, Ken. I remember when I was learning languages myself, walking into a busy cafe with all those menu options, the rapid-fire questions from baristas, and the pressure of other customers waiting behind you, it can make your mind go completely blank.
Exactly. Things like choosing between different milk options, deciding on sizes, customizing your order, and even just understanding whether they're asking if your order is for here or to go. These seemingly simple interactions can trip up even confident English speakers.
But here's the good news for our listeners. By the end of today's episode, you'll have all the key phrases and confidence you need to order like a native speaker. We'll break down real conversations, explain the cultural context, and give you practical phrases you can use immediately.
So grab your favorite beverage, get comfortable, and let's transform coffee shop anxiety into coffee shop confidence. We're going to start by listening to some authentic conversations. And don't worry if you don't catch everything the first time. We'll analyze every important detail afterward.
Perfect. Let's jump right into our first conversation. This is Jessica ordering her morning latte.
Hi there. What can I get for you today?
Hi, I'd like a medium latte, please.
Sure thing. Whole milk, or would you like oat or almond milk?
Oat milk, please. And could I get that with less sugar?
Absolutely. So, that's a medium oat milk latte with less sugar. Wait, did you say medium or large? I'm sorry, it's a bit loud in here.
No problem. I said medium. Would you like me to make it large instead?
No, medium is perfect. Thank you.
Great. And will that be for here or to go?
For here, please.
Got it. Your latte will be ready at the end of the counter. Name for the order? Jessica.
Thanks, Jessica. We'll call you when it's ready.
Oh my. Hi, Jessica. It's been so long. How are you?
I'm good. Just grabbing coffee. What about you?
Same here. I haven't seen you since the library study session, right? That was months ago. Hey, do you want to sit together?
Sure, let me just order first.
Hi, what can I get started for you?
Hi, I'll take a small cappuccino, please.
Whole milk or oat?
Whole milk. Thanks. Look at that chocolate cake they got. It looks so good.
Oh, wow. You're right. I shouldn't, but maybe just a bite.
You know what? Let's grab a dessert each. It's on me.
No, you don't have to.
Come on. It's been months since we met. My treat.
Excuse me?
Yes. Need anything else?
Yes. What desserts do you have today?
We've got chocolate cake, lemon tart, and caramel cheesecake. What do you recommend?
The lemon tart's my favorite. It's not too sweet.
Perfect. I'll take a lemon tart, please. And Sarah, you want that chocolate cake?
Yes, please. Oh, and could I get whipped cream on mine?
Sure thing. So, that's one lemon tart and one chocolate cake with whipped cream.
That's right. Thanks.
Excuse me. Could we get the bill, please?
Of course, together or separate?
Together.
Would you like to add a tip today?
Sure. Let's do 10%.
Great. I'll be right back with your receipt. All set. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Everything was delicious.
Yeah, that chocolate cake was amazing. So glad you liked it.
Have a wonderful day.
You too. This was so fun. We have to meet up again soon.
Definitely. Maybe next time you're buying.
Deal.
All right, Let's break down what just happened in those conversations. Oriana, what did you notice about how Jessica started her order?
Great question, Ken. Jessica kept it simple and polite. She walked in, offered a friendly greeting with "Hi," and then used the classic phrase, "I'd like," followed by her specific order. This is one of the most natural ways to begin any coffee shop interaction.
Exactly. And notice how she wasn't afraid to be specific about what she wanted. She said, "A medium lot, please." She knew the size, she knew the drink type, and she was polite about it. For our listeners who might feel overwhelmed by all the options, starting with this basic structure is perfect.
That's such an important point. When you walk into a coffee shop, you don't need to memorize every possible drink combination. Start with the basics. A simple greeting like "Good morning" or just "Hi" works perfectly. If you're feeling shy, even a smile and a nod can open the conversation.
And if you're genuinely not sure what to order, there's no shame in asking. You can say, "What drinks do you have?" Or, "Do you have lats?" The baristas are there to help, and they hear these questions constantly.
Now let's talk about drink types, because this is where many learners get confused. Jessica ordered a latte, which is espresso mixed with steamed milk. It's creamy and smooth, and probably one of the most popular coffee drinks worldwide.
Right. And then there are cappuccinos, like Sarah ordered. These have the same espresso and milk base, but cappuccinos have much more foam on top, that thick, airy milk foam that creates those beautiful coffee art designs you see on social media.
Don't forget Americanos, Ken. Those are for people who like their coffee strong and black. It's just espresso mixed with hot water, similar to regular drip coffee but with a richer flavor.
Great point. Now, sizing can vary by coffee shop, but most places use the standard small, medium, and large. Some fancy chains have their own sizing names, but don't let that intimidate you. You can always point and say, "This size," or ask, "What sizes do you have?"
The milk question is huge these days, isn't it, Ken? The barista asked Jessica about whole milk versus oat or almond milk. This customization option has exploded in recent years.
Absolutely. Whole milk is the traditional choice. It's creamy and rich. Skim milk has the fat removed, so it's lighter. Then you have the plant-based alternatives: oat milk, almond milk, soy milk, coconut milk. Each gives a slightly different flavor and texture to your drink.
And Jessica did something really smart. She wasn't afraid to customize further. She asked for less sugar. Many coffee shops add sweeteners automatically, but you can always request modifications. You might say, "No sugar, please," or "Can I get extra foam?" Or "Make it decaf, please."
The key thing our listeners should remember is that baristas hear these requests all day long. They're not judging you. They're not annoyed. Customization is literally part of their job. Don't be afraid to ask for what you want.
Now, here's something interesting that happened in the conversation. There was a moment of confusion about the size. Jessica had to clarify whether she said medium or large. This is so normal, Ken.
It really is, Ariana. Coffee shops can be noisy places with espresso machines hissing, music playing, and multiple conversations happening. Even native speakers mishear things constantly. Jessica handled it perfectly by saying, "No problem. I said medium."
Exactly. If you don't hear something clearly, you can say, "Sorry, could you repeat that?" Or "I didn't catch that," or even, "Could you speak a little louder?" It's noisy in here. There's absolutely nothing wrong with asking for clarification.
Then came the classic question, "For here or to go?" This is standard at almost every coffee shop. For here means you're planning to sit and enjoy your drink in the cafe. To go means you want it in a takeaway cup, so you can leave with it.
And notice how the barista asked for Jessica's name for the order. This is super common, especially in busy coffee shops. They'll call out your name when your drink is ready. Don't worry about pronunciation and just say your name clearly. And if it's complicated, you can always give a simpler nickname.
Now, let's talk about that phrase Sarah used, "just grabbing coffee." This is beautifully casual English, Ariana.
I love this expression, Ken. Grabbing coffee means getting coffee quickly, usually on the go. It's not a formal coffee date or a long social event, it's just picking up your caffeine fix. You'll hear people say, let's grab coffee tomorrow, or I grabbed a sandwich on my way to work.
It's such a useful phrase because it's versatile. You can grab lunch, grab a drink, grab groceries. It always implies something quick and casual.
Now, when the friends started looking at desserts, Sarah asked a perfect question. What do you recommend? This is gold for language learners, Ken.
Absolutely. When you're faced with a display case full of pastries and cakes and you're not sure what's good, this question is your best friend. What do you recommend? Puts the choice in the hands of someone who knows the products well.
You could also ask, what's your most popular dessert? Or what's fresh today? Or even any sweet treats you'd suggest. The staff usually love to share their favorites.
And then Sarah did something lovely. She said, "It's on me and my treat." These are wonderful ways to offer to pay for someone else.
Such generous phrases, Ken. It's on me is casual and friendly. My treat is slightly more formal but equally warm. You might also hear, don't worry about it, I've got this, or simply, I'll pay.
Sarah also showed us how to customize dessert orders. She asked for whipped cream on her chocolate cake. You can apply this same pattern to any modification. Could I get that with no nuts, please? Or can I have extra frosting? Or is it possible to heat that up?
The magic words are please and could I or can I. Politeness goes such a long way in service situations. Most places will try their best to accommodate reasonable requests.
Now, let's discuss paying, because this is where cultural differences can really show up. Jessica asked, "Could we get the bill, please?"
That's the British way of asking, Ken. In American English, you're more likely to hear, can I get the check, please? Both are perfectly correct, just regional differences.
Right. And then the barista asked, together or separate? This is crucial to understand. Together means one person pays for everything. Separate means each person pays for their own items.
Tipping culture varies dramatically by country, so this next part really depends on where you are. In the United States, tipping is expected and usually ranges from 15% to 20% for good service. In many other countries, tipping isn't expected at all.
Exactly, Ariana. When the barista asked, "Would you like to add a tip today?" Sarah said, "Sure. Let's do 10%. If you're unsure about tipping customs, you can always ask, "Is tipping normal here?" Most people are happy to explain local customs.
You can also leave cash on the counter and say, keep the change, or simply say no, thank you if tipping isn't customary or if you prefer not to tip.
Finally, let's talk about those lovely closing remarks. Jessica said everything was delicious as they were leaving. These small compliments make everyone's day better.
Such a nice touch, Ken. You could say, this was amazing, I'll be back, or the coffee was perfect, or just a simple, thank you, have a great day. Even a genuine smile and thanks can brighten someone's entire shift.
For our listeners who want to practice, here's a complete order you could try. "Hi, I'd like a medium cappuccino with almond milk. No sugar, please. To go. And could you add a chocolate muffin?" Perfect. Here's my card. No tip needed, thanks. Have a wonderful day.
That covers greeting, ordering, customizing, payment method, tipping decision, and friendly closing. It's a complete interaction that will work in almost any coffee shop situation.
Now, let's listen to those conversations one more time. This time, try to follow along with the phrases we've discussed. Notice how natural and conversational everything sounds. Feel free to pause and repeat any parts you want to practice. How did that sound the second time around, Oriana? I bet our listeners caught a lot more of the nuances.
I hope so, Ken. The beauty of listening to authentic conversations multiple times is that your ear starts picking up the rhythm and flow of natural English. You begin to hear not just the words, but the melody of the language.
That's such a poetic way to put it. And remember, everyone, even native speakers, get nervous in new situations. I still stumble over my words sometimes when I'm ordering at a new place or trying something unfamiliar.
The key is to start simple and build your confidence gradually. Master the basic. Hi, I'd like. Structure, get comfortable with one or two drink types, and then slowly add customizations as you feel more confident.
And don't forget that mistakes are completely normal and often lead to friendly interactions. I've seen baristas and customers laugh together over pronunciation mishaps or ordering mix-ups. Most people are patient and understanding.
Before we wrap up, let's give our listeners some homework. This week, try visiting a coffee shop and using at least 3 phrases from today's episode. It could be as simple as saying, "Hi, I'd like," asking, "What do you recommend?" and ending with, "Have a great day." Perfect homework assignment, Ariana. And for those who aren't ready for real-world practice yet, try standing in front of a mirror and practicing these conversations out loud. It might feel silly, but it really helps build muscle memory for these phrases. You can also practice with a friend or family member. Take turns being the customer and the barista. The more you rehearse these interactions in a safe space, the more natural they'll feel in real situations.
We'd love to hear about your coffee shop experiences. Have you tried using any of today's phrases? Did you discover any new favorite drinks? You can share your stories with us on social media using the hashtag #EnglishInComfortZone.
That's right. Your success stories inspire other learners and remind everyone that progress comes from practice, not perfection.
Before you go, make sure to subscribe to English in Comfort Zone so you never miss an episode. We have so many more practical situations coming up: ordering at restaurants, making appointments, shopping for clothes, and much more.
And if today's episode helped you feel more confident about coffee shop English, please share it with a friend who's also learning. Sometimes the best way to reinforce your own learning is by teaching someone else.
We also want to remind you that learning English is a marathon, not a sprint. Some days you'll feel like you're making huge progress. Other days might feel more challenging. Both experiences are completely normal and part of the journey.
Absolutely, Ken. Be patient with yourself, celebrate small victories, and remember that every interaction is practice, even the imperfect ones.
Thanks for spending time with us today in the English in Comfort Zone. Keep practicing, keep improving, and most importantly, keep being kind to yourself as you learn.
Until next time, this is Oriana.
And Ken, reminding you that your English journey is uniquely yours. Take care, everyone.